From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, December 1st, 2014. Silver is trading at $15.81 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,180 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $381. Antiwar.com reports key Iraqi Shiite parliamentary bloc, the Sadrist Trend, has issued a statement blasting both U.S. and Iranian intervention in Iraq at a time when most other factions in parliament are courting everyone and anyone to fight against the Islamic State. Noted Sadrist leader Hussein al-Awadi said, "We reject any interference that violates the sovereignty of Iraq and interferes in military affairs categorically without distinction. The bloc isn't one of the larger Shiite blocs, but at times has served as something of a kingmaker. Their leader, cleric Muqtada al-Sadr, is often accused of being pro-Iran, but has leaned strongly nationalistically in policy positions." Awadi's statement urges Iraqis to resolve internal challenges according to the rule of law and without outside intervention, reflecting the trend's long-standing distrust of even allies who become too influential in Iraqi politics. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Bitcoin Not Bombs. Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com. Reuters reports thousands of Hong Kong pro-democracy activists clashed with police early on Monday as they tried to encircle government headquarters, defying orders from authorities to retreat after more than 2 months of demonstrations. Chaos erupted as commuters made their way to work, with hundreds of protesters surrounding Admiralty Center, which houses offices and retail outlets, in a tense standoff with police. Many shops remained shut by mid-morning. The latest flare-up blocked access to key roads and government offices were closed on Monday morning. The riot police, armed with batons and pepper spray, had earlier charged protesters, forcing them off one road near government offices. Police had cleared that area more than a month ago during some of the most violent scenes since the demonstrations began in late September. The democracy movement represents one of the biggest threats for China's Communist Party leadership since its bloody 1989 crackdown on pro-democracy student protest in and around Tiananmen Square in Beijing. On Monday morning, crowds chanted, "Surround government headquarters and open the road," and made their way to the buildings in Admiralty next to Hong Kong Central Business District and some of the world's most expensive real estate. Hong Kong media reported that 40 people had been arrested overnight. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. UPI reports voters in Switzerland on Sunday rejected a referendum designed to limit immigration into the country for reasons of environmental conservation, along with other items dealing with tax breaks for expatriates and boosting gold reserves. The EcoPop initiative called for a massive reduction on net immigration into the country, down to 0.2% of the total population. Swiss voters rejected the measure by 74%. Opponents noted possible damage to Switzerland's image and economy, which relies heavily on skilled immigrant labor. Around 25% of Switzerland's 8 million people are foreign nationals, mostly from the European Union. A measure to end tax breaks for wealthy expatriates also failed, with 61.6% voting no. Another initiative called for the Central Bank of Switzerland to boost gold reserves to 20% of its holdings, but voters rejected the measure by 76.8%. The Swiss National Bank and several economists warned about the difficulty in such a task, which would require the bank to buy 10% of all gold produced annually through 2019. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.